This is Dr. Sean Talbot, a nutritionist biochemist, and you want to talk a little bit about food and how it can affect those with ADHD.
ADHD, that's right. It's National ADHD Awareness Month starting in October. So
we want people for everything.
We want people to realize that there's things you can do naturally to help with focus and calmness and staying on task.
And
without
notice
medication.
somebody truly who has ADHD right here, he puts me by the sugar.
I know.
Well, sugar,
that's bad, right?
Sugar is usually bad, but it really is a dose thing, right? So you don't want to have a whole soda, you don't want to have 30 or 40 grams of sugar, but a little bit of sugar can actually wake up the brain just enough so you can focus. So, you know, I bring these little sugar packets because that's what you want, about 4 to 5 grams of sugar, but the question is, how, you know, what does that look like?
Yeah.
A little sugar packet.
Little
if I
tiny
break
amount
that
of
up
sugar.
throughout the day and have many of them, then you're saying it's okay.
Well, you can dose it through. And the way
Carrie's going to be popping these now all day long.
What I've got here is an example of seeds and nuts and things like that that have protein, that have fiber, and have a little bit of sugar. So, you know, just a little tiny handful of these will be the right amount of sugar, wake up the brain, but it's not going to give you that jolt that a soda or a candy bar would.
Yeah.
Take care of this.
Okay. Got that in. Okay, and then what about the fruit?
Yeah, then the next thing is one of the great things I love is pomegranates and apples, because they have these flavonoids that can wake up the brain but also calm it at the same time. And those sound like opposite effects, like they would fight against each other, but they happen in different parts of the brain. So if you can get the ellagic acid from pomegranates, you can get the quercetin from apples. That can really help you wake up and focus so you're connected.
Well, I love both of these, so
I always know that Dr. Sean Talbot, he always brings the pomegranate juice, so I feel like this is good for you all around.
It does some really great stuff. And then, you know, we're starting to get some really good research, not just on the phytonutrients in plants, but in spices. And so here you've got, we were joking around about this, this is bark from a tree, right? But pine bark. Pine bark and saffron are two of the kind of spices that we know can be as effective as some of the ADD medications. So in New Zealand, this has been studied for its effects against ADD. Saffron has recently been shown to be as effective as Ritalin in clinical trials with kids.
Wow.
We have theanine that you can extract from green tea leaves. That in Japan is first-line therapy for ADD treatment. So there's a lot of natural things we can do before parents have to think about resorting to those kinds of medications.
That's a great idea, Sean.
Yeah, but you know all this information. How do parents find out this information, though?
You know, this information's getting out more. So this is a good example. This is a kid's mood product that we just formulated. This has the saffron in it, the same exact saffron that's been used in those trials against ADD. So
can you put this in a water bottle, Sean, or
you can put it in a water bottle, but this is like a pixie stick. It's called a direct-to-mouth powder. You can just dump it right into your mouth, and it tastes great, and it's a good way to get the saffron in a way that the kids aren't going to argue with. They just think it's sugar.
I say many times that, you know, you are what you eat, and so how can people like schedule with you or talk to you or get under your care for this?
Yeah, people can just go to my website, SeanTalbot.com, and all this kind of information is there, videos and things you can read and things you can download.
And they can contact